Hello and welcome back to another Understand Your Buyer video. In this video, we're looking at the wordplay effect. So what is it? Well, if you want your message and communication to seize attention and be remembered, then there are a number of technical things that you can do to increase your chances of making your communication more mellifluous. And the word mellifluous means pleasant sounding. So it's enjoyable to say, it's enjoyable to hear. And it's just more impactful and more memorable. But how does it work? Well, by changing the mechanics of the words and phrases we use to communicate, we can tap into certain patterns. For example, the use of rhyme can often make things not only be more memorable, but it feels like they're more established, as things don't tend to rhyme by accident. And this is known as the rhyme as reason effect. Now, very important point to note here is whilst these things do work and help to make your message more impactful, they're essentially worthless unless you have first taken the time to ensure your message is simple, clear, and easy to understand. We need to make sure people understand your message before we worry about getting fancy with the language and trying to engage them further. So how can you use it? Well, there are a number of different things that you can do, different technical things that you can do in your messaging. One of the first ones are ACROSTIC. So an acrostic is an acronym that spells a word. I use the term CLEAR, and it stands for client-focused, logical, engaging, accurate, and results-driven. That's how I define and articulate what CLEAR actually means. The second is a mesostic. So where acrostic is the start of the word, a mesostic cuts through the middle of the word. It's much more difficult to do, but it's possible. It's definitely a visual thing. There's rhyme, as we've mentioned. So words that rhyme make more sense every time. Words that rhyme just have more of a ring to them. It's easy to remember, and more often than not, it can imply that it's factual. It's a more established concept. Alliteration, so classic things like, and I have to be careful here, she sells seashells by the seashore. I won't be doing that again. But using the same letter or sound at the beginning of closely connected words, alliteration, that can help things to be more mellifluous, more pleasant sounding, and much more enjoyable to say. We have assonance, so this is the recurrence of similar sounding words in a sentence. So Mike likes his new bike. Now that's not necessarily rhyme, that's assonance because precisely the same sound is repeating there, and it's that pattern, that continuation that catches our attention, makes it more memorable. And finally, but there's way more mechanisms than this, but finally for this video, pitter-patter. We have consonants, so the recurrence of similar consonant sounds in a sentence can also be pleasant sounding and thus more memorable. So that's the wordplay effect. Using clever wordplay, puns, and other mechanisms can help buyers to engage with your communication. Well, that's it for another Understand Your Buyer video. And if you like this kind of stuff, then you'll definitely like the book, which you can buy at understandyourbuyer.com.